According to the International Coffee Organization, over 50% of Americans 18 and older drink coffee on a daily basis. This is roughly 150 million Americans drinking 400 million cups of coffee per day, making the United States the largest consumer of coffee in the world. Our view of coffee has become distorted over time. Europeans and in other parts of the world, they drink coffee as a drink with their breakfast and sometimes as a type of dessert. In America, though, we drink it to get us through the day. We use it to wake us up and keep us going throughout our day, drinking multiple cups per day. As college students, I think it's very crucial to understand the impact of developing a harmful routine, especially drinking multiple cups of coffee and abusing its effects to help study or stay awake late at night. Today, I'm going to argue about the impact of coffee on the human body and how in excess amounts this can impact a person's health both physically and mentally. First, I'm going to discuss the impacts of coffee as it enters the body. Caffeine is one of the main ingredients in coffee, and as it enters the bloodstream, it affects multiple chemicals in the body. One of them is adenosine. Adenosine is a neurotransmitter that's made by the brain and helps regulate how tired you are. As the levels build up throughout the day, there are receptors that sense these levels, and as they get to a certain level, your body starts to tell itself that it's tired. Caffeine mimics the adenosine and blocks the receptors from seeing how high the adenosine levels are. As the caffeine is filtered through the body, or filtered through the blood and excreted, the high levels of adenosine present are noticed by the receptors and create an extremely tired sensation known as crashing. So instead of actually giving you more energy, the coffee is really just telling you that you're not that tired. This can create a really bad effect as you try to do things late at night or early in the morning, and your body actually has no energy to do it. Next, I'm going to talk about the physical impacts that the coffee has on your body. According to the International Coffee Organization, the recommended amount of coffee per day is 2 to 3 8-ounce cups. The typical American drinks 3 to 4 cups of coffee per day, which can result in dramatic health effects. A study done by the National Institute of Food Science and Technology has shown that high levels of coffee consumption lead to an increased risk of seizures and strokes due to its effects on the brain. Another symptom due to high coffee consumption, provided by the Mayo Clinic, says that this can lead to increased bone fractures. The research has shown that women who drink 2.5 cups of coffee per day have a higher risk of developing osteoporosis later in life. This is due to the effects that caffeine has with calcium in the bloodstream. When it enters the body, it stops your bones from absorbing the calcium in the blood, and the calcium is then excreted through urine. Since the bones are not absorbing as much calcium, they become weaker and over time increase your risk of breaking bones. Another factor is the Institute of Food Science and Technology has also shown the correlations between coffee consumption and increased blood pressure, increases in heart diseases, and higher cholesterol. A third impact is the mental diseases, or the mental impacts that coffee has. Not only does coffee have serious consequences on the human body, but there are a number of drastic side effects for a person's mental status and functionality as well. The Mayo Clinic provides evidence that high level of coffee consumption is directly related to nervousness, irritability, restlessness and muscle tremors, and insomnia, which all of these can lead to even further issues for your body. These issues are mainly present due to the fact that we drink so much coffee late in the day and our body isn't telling us that we're tired, so it begins to send other signs of fatigue to your body, which are the irritability, nervousness, and other things. Coffee has also been seen to have addiction-like symptoms and even withdrawal if it's abstained from. Journalist David DeSalvio explains how our bodies adjust to the high levels of caffeine by creating a tolerance. So as your body builds up the tolerance to caffeine, you need more and more coffee to produce the same effects. This cycle is also present in many addictive drugs and like medications. A study performed by the American University of Psychology has categorized the symptoms of caffeine withdrawal into 7 factors: fatigue, alertness, or low alertness, mood disturbances, lack of motivation to work, nausea, flu-like feelings, and headaches. These are all due to the effects that the caffeine has on your blood flow and muscle ability, and most of these symptoms overlap those of drug withdrawal through the related aspects of other addictive substances. So in conclusion, coffee is fine to drink in moderation and does have some benefits, but if abused in large amounts, it can lead to serious adverse health effects. As college students, we must be aware of the potentially dangerous effects that overconsumption of coffee can have on our physical and mental well-being.